Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Editor-in-Chief at the Daily Oz, Emma Gillespie, is here.
Hello, Emma.
Hello. Well, Jonesy's favourite TV show is back this week. Hold on to your hat. And just like that, season 3 is coming to Max. This is, of course, the Sex and the City reboot. And we have this new interview from Cynthia Nixon. She reveals what she kind of hated about the show and what hasn't aged well. Cynthia Nixon plays Miranda, the kind of iconic character who sort of ironically is now of cult status. She's a lawyer. She's the kind of funny, cynical one, but she wasn't really anyone's favourite back in the day. But I think she has become a really significant character of the show. But she's explained what it's like portraying the character through a 2025 lens and what parts of the original show don't sit so well anymore. So she said some of the gay stuff, some of the trans stuff, it's a little cringy to look at now. But what I really liked about this interview with Grazia UK is that she was quite refreshing about that nostalgic element. She really defended a lot of elements of the show. I think sometimes we hear these actors look back on those shows from the 90s and noughties and they're kind of like, oh, it wouldn't hold up today and I regret doing it. But she sort of stood by, it's always been a feminist show. She said that when it first aired in 1998 that its message was groundbreaking. She said women could be single in their 30s and 40s, have sex because they wanted to, not because they were chasing marriage, and still be the heroes of their own stories was a revolutionary idea at the time. And I think she's right.
When
And
the show
also-
came out, I loved it. When it first started, I loved it.
And also, we as a society have marched alongside the changing
Yep.
storylines
Yeah,
that she's talking
exactly.
about. We all look back through a different lens, but that's the point.
Yeah, and her character, I mean, continues to hold up nearly 30 years on. She's a bit of a lightning rod now, this Miranda journey that we've all kind of gone on with that character. And I think that has to speak to the integrity of the show in its original form. She did touch on the cast. She didn't say specifically who. We know that there's this famous beef between Sarah Jessica Parker and Kim Cattrall, but she said that some of the cast members often raised concerns about there not being enough diversity culturally on the show. She said, we always hated that. It was so white, but we were always told it's based on a book by Candace Bushnell, and that's her world. It's a white world. And the actors just kind of had to say, okay. So interesting to hear her talk about that. But apparently this season on Just Like That, we can expect Miranda will be dating again. The last 2 seasons she's been with this character, this non-binary character, Che Diaz, sparked a lot of debate amongst fans. But she said, a feminist show doesn't show women being perfect. If we're just going to play it safe and nice, why are you
So what's the
watching?
non-binary again? I've forgotten.
They
Doesn't identify as male or female.
Gender fluid identity.
Okay.
Not your thing, Brenda.
Well,
Not your thing.
look, there's a lot going on.
But I think if that makes you uncomfortable, this is a show that
It doesn't make me
historically has-
uncomfortable. I just don't have time for it. I
Not
guess that's the
you,
thing.
but
Yeah.
if that makes one uncomfortable.
I wouldn't be disrespectful having said that, but if I did for some reason, misspeak about it, apologies before it happens is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think
When I
people
was on
just
a-
want you to try your best.
And on the other side of the scale, when I went to New York a number of years ago, I went to the shop that the designer who has designed all their clothes.
Patricia Fields.
She had an amazing shop, and I bought an enormous necklace that had enormous Smurf dolls all
love
around
it.
it. I don't know what's happened to that. I wish I still had that necklace.
That shop closed recently, but it was a bit of a museum.
Yeah.
She opened it in, I think, the 60s, and it was kind of a safe space for all of the colourful figures of New York City.
Yeah.
Amazing story. Patricia Fields,
If you
incredible.
want to get a Smurf necklace, that's where you go.
Book a flight.
Don't look on the Urban Dictionary for that. Well, thank you, Em.
Thank you. Such a carry, that Jonesy. You can catch it on HBO Max.